Hello everyone, welcome guys, welcome. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you're ready for a good trading week this week. All right. We do have mixed signals in the equity markets. All right. So we'll go over that. We do have two sell signals on two of the indexes, and we have buy signals on two of the other indexes. Okay. And hopefully this week we'll see some better price action in Forex. All right. So welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. All right. Good news. VIX is down. All right. So the VIX came down a bit. If you guys look here on the big screen here, all right, VIX is at 15. 15. So that's good news, right? Good news for the equity markets. Lower volatility is always good. Remember, when the VIX comes down, right, that's lower volatility. And we've been waiting for some red to come in right here, this red candle here, right here on the VIX. All right, so we have a red candle. This is for the monthly time frame here. But again, good news, 15. That's great news on the VIX. We need that VIX to stay below 20. All right, so on the S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, and the Dow were all up on Friday. All right, so the Dow was up 207 points up on Friday. S&P was up 49 points. NASDAQ was up. Look at the NASDAQ, guys. 207, big day up on the NASDAQ. IWM, the Russell, was also up. All right, and again, VIX was down. VIX was down pretty good on Friday. S&P is still holding its buy signal here. Let's take a look right here. So S&P still holding its buy signal. All green candles here. S&P looks really good. All right. So S&P holding its buy signal. All right, NASDAQ is also holding its buy signal. So you guys need to make a note that the S&P and the NASDAQ still holding their buy signal. Okay. All right. The Dow has a sell signal. Dow has a sell signal, and the S&P also has, if I can grab this here, also has a sell signal. All right, so the Dow right here has a sell signal right here on the Dow. This is on the daily time frame, guys. So we need to take these sell signals seriously. This is why markets kind of mix. All right, moving up, but kind of mixed. On the Russell, all right, right here, the IWM, these are small cap stocks. We do have a sell signal on the daily time frame. All right. In the futures market, guys, the dollar is trading at 98. Okay, so it's held support. What was support? 97. Held support trading at 98 is currently down. And the E-minis, Dow, NASDAQ, S&P, and Russell, all the E-minis are currently up. All right, not by a lot, but up. Dow E-mini up in the futures market, 52. NASDAQ 16, S&P 6, Russell 6. Okay, but the dollar is down. All right, so no further direction in the dollar. It's on the weekly time frame. We do have a buy signal. Let's bring that in. A buy signal on the daily time frame on the dollar, right? So we do have a buy signal here on the daily time frame. We'll leave it on the daily for now. All right, buy signal was here on a break of resistance. We got green candles and we've got white candles here, so struggling to hold. Remember, support is right here, right about 97 or so on the dollar. Okay. As far as the sectors, the tech sector is still number one. All right. So, as stock boss traders, bullmaster traders, we've called a sell signal in equities. All right. We've called a sell signal. If you guys are going to trade, if you're going to trade, right, your stock boss or bullmaster system still perhaps the tech sector. Okay. It's still your number one sector. And here it is all the way up here. So the XLK guys, all right, XLK, good price action, strongly in the markup phase here. You guys can see that all green candles, right, really looking good. Number one, still the number one sector, okay, tech sector, all right. The second sector, let's see here. Financials was doing well, but that's failing now. Financials right here. Financials give a sell signal. All right. You guys know healthcare, there's nothing there. Utilities was holding fine. We just don't have a lot of utility stocks. Okay. But tech is number one right now. And the Max 7s, although we've had some sell signals, for the most part, they are holding up. All right, so let's take a look at the Magnificent Seven stocks. They had a good update on Friday, right? All this green here, you guys can see that. And just remember, I know we get a lot of new traders that come in here. The reason why we pay attention to these indexes, right? So the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the Russell is that most of your stocks, all right, a large percentage of the stocks out there, upwards to 90%, will follow the indexes. All right, so we need to pay attention to the indexes, pay attention to your sector, for example, your tech sector, and then we trade the stock. All right, the trading the stock comes last. And then we use the VIX to see how volatile the equity markets is. So anything with the VIX under 20, low volatility. In equities, we want low volatility, unlike the Forex market. All right, so the Magnificent Seven stocks, guys, did really well on Friday. Let's take a look. Apple gave a buy signal. All right, so make a note. All right, Apple has a buy signal. Just remember, though, guys, if you're going to trade, trade lightly. If you're trading our systems, all right, Stock Boss, Bullmaster, trade lightly, okay? And Stock Boss and Bullmaster has been moving, has been doing fine, right? In recent days, we've been getting more stocks in Stock Boss and Bullmaster. So you can trade. We've called an overall sell signal because sellers could come in at any time, all right? But again, we've got a mixed market, two buy signals, two sell signals, okay, on the daily time frame. So Apple gave a buy signal, guys, on the daily time frame. That buy signal came in on Thursday at 216, all right, and closed on Friday at 229. So Apple looks good with a new buy signal. Google is continuing to hold its buy signal. The good news here, it is breaking resistance right here. All right, so let me show you guys here. All right, so Apple breaking resistance here. You guys can see that here. See my cursor here. So the buy signal on Google, I mean Google, right? Not Apple. Google right here, the buy signal was at 180, right? Breaking resistance, closed on Friday at 201. All right, that's a big deal. We are getting past a big resistance here, right here on Google, right here. All right, so if you're not in this trade, do not take it. It's gone. The buy signal was, most recent buy signal was all the way down here. It is gone, okay, on the daily time frame. If you want to catch it, you can perhaps reduce that time frame, okay? Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla has been struggling a bit, still struggling, all right, still struggling here. Let's do this. We've got a triangle forming here. So no buy signals in Tesla, guys. All right, so Tesla right about here. And you guys can see this here. We've got a triangle here, right? Lower trend line, right? Higher trend line here. And we are breaking out here. To get a buy signal on Tesla, guys, we got to break resistance. Right about perhaps 363, okay? To really get going again on Tesla. Next Magnificent 7 stocks is NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been the darling and doing really well. All right, so NVIDIA, guys. All right, big moves in NVIDIA. The buy signal on NVIDIA came in right along the markup phase. So markdown, accumulation, markup. Buy signal came in right at 120. What's that? $23. Trading at 182, guys. Big move. That's a big move in NVIDIA. Nicely done. Nicely in the markup phase. All green candles. You guys can see that there. All green candles. Yellow support and resistance. That means we continuing to get buyers, right? No sellers yet in the markup phase. And we're looking to break resistance. Right here. Near-term resistance is right here. And we'll look to break that this week. Big move, guys, in NVIDIA. All right, so hopefully you guys are taking advantage of it. If you're already in it after the sell signals came in, if you're in it, just continue to hold, okay? So NVIDIA looks really good. Good job there. Meta, let's take a look at Meta. A new buy signal in Meta, guys. The previous buy signal closed. All right, by our system. So our buy signal was here. All right, buy signal here came in at last buy signal 632, closed at 692.93. Now we have a new buy signal at 7. Nicely done here, gapped up, trading above resistance here. That's good. Holding. Buy signal here. The concern here, guys, we are high in the markup phase. We are definitely overbought because we have purple support and resistance here by our system. Okay, so we just watch that. Be aware of that. And you know, with Meta, Facebook, it's been choppy and sellers love to come in, right? See, last time they came in here. So not a major concern yet. We don't see any sellers, but we are overbought there. Okay, that's Meta, Facebook, Microsoft. All right, Microsoft is looking good. All right, so Microsoft buy signal. If I can grab this here, buy signal, guys, on Microsoft. And remember, right, if these Magnificent 7 stocks hold, the market will hold. All right, so we need these Mag 7 stocks to hold so that the market will hold. Now, we are at an important month, August and September. Usually very negative months for the equity markets. This is where we see our corrections coming. So far, guess what? Markets held up pretty fine, right? Now, we did have a correction early in the year, right? Around April, right? April, May, we had a correction. So the market might be discounting that. Okay, so just know that we've had a correction already. We need to keep in mind August and September historically has been negative months for the market. So we just need to be cautious, especially with these two sell signals. All right. However, the market could recover and keep moving higher. All right. So right now, these Mag 7 stocks are holding. Okay, so Microsoft buy signal here, $430, closed on Friday at 5/20/22. So 100 points there. That's great. And Amazon, let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon has a sell signal currently. Okay, so the buy signal Now it reached its resistance right here, but gap down. All right, didn't hold. All right, didn't break resistance, came right up to that resistance, gap down, sellers came in. We now have a sell signal on Amazon. So no buy signals on Amazon currently. Okay, so Amazon right here, buy signal was 210, closed at 217. We should be out on the daily time frame if you're trading our trading systems. Okay, all right. Let's go through the indexes. The Dow on the 240. You guys know we've brought in the 240 to get a closer view of the market. So on the 240, we do have a sell signal on the Dow. Daily time frame, we do have a sell signal on the Dow, which is right here. Now, if we break the resistance here, it's got pretty good resistance. You guys can see that line here, that resistance line. We break through, we get another buy signal. We'll call an official buy signal in equities. All right, so right now we have a sell signal on the Dow. Weekly still holding, monthly still holding right here on the Dow. S&P on the 240. All right, we do have a sell signal on the S&P on the 240. All right, if we break through that resistance and we get a buy signal, right, we'll look at it closely. We might call an intermediate type buy signal, okay, on the S&P. We'll see how that price action works out, but it's done really well. Okay, so the 240 buy signal, guys, has really done well. So we've had two previous buy signals, most recent. All right, so we bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. If we break through that resistance, get another buy signal, we might call a small, or let's call it a short buy signal. Okay, all right, that's on the 240 on the S&P. S&P daily time frame holding nicely here. All right. Buy signal here, all green candles, can't complain. Got past purple support and resistance there, holding firm. S&P on the weekly time frame, buy signal here, moving up nicely here. S&P monthly, all right, looks good. And the NASDAQ, all right, so make a note here, guys. On the NASDAQ, on the 240, we got a buy signal on Friday. That is good news, all right? So S&P right here, after our sell signal, much like, all right, this is the NASDAQ, much like the S&P. All right, S&P, we still holding for a buy signal on the 240. On the NASDAQ, we got a buy signal, okay, on the 240. I know these different time frames, as we go through these different time frames, can be confusing, but this is why we study these time frames. Okay, so we have a buy signal on the NASDAQ. Just make a note, NASDAQ on the 240. Buy signal came in right here on a break of resistance right here. All right, on the 240-minute time frame. Okay, that's good news there. NASDAQ on the daily time frame, right? That buy signal is holding firm. Buy signal here, holding firm, looking to break through resistance here. And again, right, the NASDAQ represents tech, right? So those Magnificent Seven stocks, right? NASDAQ is breaking out. Guess what? Those Mag 7 stocks are breaking out, moving higher as well. NASDAQ weekly time frame looks good. NASDAQ monthly time frame, we're in all-time high territory, guys. So we're in new highs. NASDAQ is making new highs. Great for tech stocks. Okay. The Russell on the 240, guys, consolidating right now. All right. Not a lot going on here with small caps on the 240. We have a sell signal here to get going again, right, on the Russell. Small caps, we got to get past resistance here and then past resistance up here. All right, so it's got some work to do here on the Russell. All right, on the 250. Russell on the daily time frame, again, we have a sell signal there. Russell weekly holding, monthly holding. Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin on the daily time frame, guys, we have a buy signal. Let's bring in our lines. So our buy signal came in right here on a break of resistance right here. We have a nicely done upward trend line here. All right, upward trend line. A little crooked there. All right. And Bitcoin is at, look at that, 118. All right, so nicely done here. Our buy signal, most recent buy signal came in at 111 right here, buy signal here. We were concerned about this purple support and resistance, but Bitcoin held on the daily time frame right here. Daily time frame held. All right, we had purple support and resistance. Previous resistance becomes support. We held. We got a nice bounce, guys. Nice bounce last week. And now we're at 118, almost 119 on Bitcoin. Now, moving forward here, we've got to get past. We have strong resistance at 120. So we are, what, 1,000 points away from breaking a big resistance here. Okay, based on the price action, guys, we might break through here and make new highs on Bitcoin this week. Okay, keep an eye on that. And again, just remember, we're cryptocurrency traders, right? If Bitcoin is moving higher, most of your cryptocurrencies will also move higher because we use Bitcoin as a barometer. So if Bitcoin breaks through resistance here, you guys can see that here, right? We could see the whole crypto market, the majority, not all of them, but the majority of your cryptocurrencies will move higher as well. So a buy signal here on the break of resistance. And what's also nice is we're forming a nice triangle here, a cup and handle here is forming here, and then break out. Okay, and we're nicely in the markup phase. A bit choppy, but we are in the markup phase. So Bitcoin looks good there on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame on Bitcoin, holding firm right here. I have no idea why I lost my trend lines here. Okay, but all green candles on the weekly time frame. Bitcoin is in good shape, and we'll look for Bitcoin this week to get above 120,000, guys. 120,000. Amazing, right? Amazing. Gold, guys. Gold retraced a bit. On the weekly time frame, we had a buy signal here at, what was it, 35, right? $3,500. It's retraced a bit, trading at 34. Now, gold, we talked about to really get going with gold again, right? On the weekly time frame, we need to get and stay above $3,500. We are not doing that, all right? So just be aware. So even on your smaller time frames, guys, be aware of the pullback in gold right now. Okay, silver has been doing well. Silver is doing really good. Nice bounce right here. Buy signal on silver was at 23. We had some selling came in here. Had to force to get out at around, what's that? $29, $30, $28. Right, recaptured the resistance. Buyers came in strong at 31. Now we are 34. Good move in silver. Nothing in crude oil. Nothing in crude oil. Bonds, we got a buy signal in bonds, guys. So your bonds, long-term bonds, right? Buy signal here, retraced a bit. Let's see if it can challenge that resistance again and then keep moving higher. We know about the dollar. Dollar is still struggling, holding firm there near that support level. And pound yen, boy, pound yen. Let's see here. So pound yen, guys, still struggling. All right, still struggling. It's been challenging. Forex has been challenging. Worst Forex market I've seen in years, guys. Okay? So our Forex traders, our monster scalper traders, just be diligent with your trades. Be careful. Trade lightly. We'll take a look at some, hopefully find some opportunities this evening. Okay? But just be careful. Okay? We're still looking for pound yen. If pound yen doesn't break out, don't expect any of the other pairs to break out. Okay, guys? And you guys can see here, we've got big resistance here going back all the way into last year. So starting July of last year, here we are, August, for a whole year, right? We've stuck between this range here. All right, in pound yen and most of your other currency pairs. So, all right, if you're having difficulty trading Forex, trading your monster scalper system, it's not you, right? It's the market. Just be aware of that. We're in a tight range right now. Okay, it's just what the market's doing right now, right? So we're in a tight range right here, right? Support here, resistance here. All right. And then we have a larger range here. So again, if you're going to trade, notice that we only have one pair, guys. One currency pair in Forex right now. Okay. And that's very rare. All right. So just be aware of that. Okay. Now you can look at the other markets, trade the other markets, but for Forex, we need pound yen to break out. The good news, we do have some good news, is that we are no longer near support here. We are holding near, right, resistance here. We got green candles. We do need to break through here, that big resistance, and finally start moving again, hopefully like we did here in the past. Okay? Weekly time frame, about the same thing here. Okay? All right, let's go through current positions. Current positions. All right, in Monster Scalper, again, we only have one position, guys, right now, and that is a short. And short in the yen pairs, we did have a short, some shorts going, and that flipped. Let's take a look. And we'll take a look at equity pair, equity positions also. I'm sorry, short. This is long here. All right, so we have SGD JPY short on the 240. All right, and we had to cover on this. All right, so SGD JPY short, so short here. Buyers came in, broke resistance, green candle, we have to cover. Okay, so let's close that. So currently no trades in Monster Scalper. And we'll try to find some opportunities for you guys this evening. Okay. All right, we still have some equity positions. Now we've trimmed. Better be safe than sorry, right? So we've trimmed because of those two sell signals. Now, if we get buyers again this week, and we get buy signals on this 240, right? The 240 on the NASDAQ, 240 on the S&P. We might call a buy signal again, okay? But right now we have a sell signal. So let's take a look at our stock boss trades. Again, we've trimmed positions. Our stock boss traders, you know, watch your heat seeker. And we'll take a look at heat seeker in a minute. All right. But your stock boss trades are right here. Let's go through those trades. Okay. All right. So COMM looks good. all green candles. If we get a white candle, guys, white candles, red candles, sell signals, will close the trade. Otherwise, right, if we get all green candles, like here, we'll continue to hold. All righty. All right, CTLP gave a sell signal on Friday, so we should close that trade. So CTLP, the buy signal came in, guys, right at $8.42. Sell signal came in on Friday at $10.90. Let's close that trade there. CTLP, let's close that, okay? All right, looks good, looks good. All right, so only one trade closed in Stock Boss, and guys, we are running low here. All right, in Bull Master large cap stocks, right? Remember, Bull Master, these stocks are large caps over $10, small caps, Stock Boss under $10. Okay, so Bull Master, let's go through those. We have more here. Again, white candles we'll call a sell signal. All right, good move here. All right, APG, guys, white candle came in on Friday. We're going to call a sell signal. The buy signal came in at $26.94. White candle came in on Friday at $34. We're going to close the trade. So we're going to buy here, sell here, close the trade, white candle. Okay. APG. All right, holding all green candles, holding. All right, GE looks good, holding. All right, good move here. Look at that price action, guys, on this one here. Good move. All green candles will continue to hold. Good job. All right, so Bull Master doing a really good job holding. Look at this one, DLTR. Buy signal came in on a break of resistance here at 79, closed on Friday at 116. All green candles, nothing to do there, okay? DLTR. All right, AVGO looks good. Good price action there. COHR looks good, right? Buy signal came in here. All right, we let them run. When we catch these trends, guys, we let them run, all right? So let them run. All right, holding, unless we get sell signals. Holding here. And that's it. So not bad for a Bull Master. But we're holding off on adding new positions right now. This market can turn. And not a bad day on Friday. All right, decent amount of buying on Friday. Quick look at Stock Boss. Let's take a look here. Stock Boss, we've been getting more symbols in Stock Boss. Let's run it. All right, so 83, that's a healthy number, guys. So 83 on Stock Boss. Again, we do have a buy signal on the 240 on the NAS. All right, let's see if we can get a 240 buy signal on the S&P. We might call it tomorrow if that happens. Okay. All right, but we'll continue to trade lightly. All right, so stock hit seeker, Stock Boss, that's not bad. 83, that's not bad there. Okay, that's a healthy number. Bull Master, let's see, we should have more in Bull Master. 116 in Bull Master, that's good. Those are good numbers. Okay, can't complain there. We just need these indexes to give some buy signal, the other two indexes. Okay, our US 30 traders, All right, so we did have, when we traded on Friday, we went live. All right, we did have a small trade on the US 30 on the 5-minute time frame here. All right, which trade was it? Was it the US 30 or the, oh, I'm sorry, it was the NAS. Hold on. It was the NAS. We had a decent trade long on Friday. And it was this trade here. Not a bad trade here. Let's bring that up. So we had a buy signal here on the 5-minute. All right. So guys, remember to join us on Friday when we go live. All right. So buy signal here, right here. Right. We still have that marker right here. Sell signal was right here. Not a bad trade on the NAS, and the other trades did not quite work out. So our first trade, only trade on Friday, was right here. All right. So it's a good trade, a decent trade. Let's call it that, a decent trade here. Okay. Monster Scalper. Let's take a look at Monster Scalper. Let's see if we can find some opportunities this evening in Monster Scalper. So Monster Scalper long. All right. We have some consolidation here, guys. Right. Lots of consolidation in here. Look here. This is on the 60-minute time frame. This is what's moving here. All right. So let's see. Let us see. All right, let's take a look here. So longs, Aussie pairs are moving long. Let's see if we can find some opportunities here. We've got about 20 minutes. We'll spend the rest of the evening trying to find some opportunities for you guys, okay? In Monster Scalper. Nothing here. So nothing in the Aussie pairs. If you guys are already in the Kiwi pairs, just be careful there. Hold on and be careful. ZAR Yen has a buy signal. Let's take a look at the other yen pairs. Boy, we need pound yen to really break through that big resistance to get these yen pairs on the market going. We are seeing buy signals on the 60-minute time frame in these yen pairs. We got some buying coming in. These are, see, all blue and they're up. However, that price action is just consolidating there. The good news is we're seeing buy signals come in. Pound yen looks good on that 60-minute time frame there. Euro yen, a buy signal there. All right, Swiss yen, CAD yen. Quick look at the dollar pairs, and we'll get back to the yen pairs. All right, nothing in the dollar pairs. Euro pairs, let's take a look. Very mixed. You guys can see that here, right? Red and blue, they're mixed. All right, Euro pairs, nothing there. Pound pairs, pound dollar moving nicely. Pound SGD, those of you who traded the pound dollar, pound SGD, good job there. Pound New Zealand, right? That's shaping up nicely there. Pound HKD, good trade going there on the 60-minute. All right, so decent trades in the pound pairs, okay? All right. Pound Aussie looks good to break out. daily time frame is setting up. Okay. A quick look at the 240. Based on the choppiness in the market, we'll continue to stay with the 240. If you guys want to trade the 60-minute, you can just be, you're going to have to watch it. Trade quickly. Yen pairs on the 240. Nothing there. Be careful shorting the dollar pairs, guys. The dollar index has really stuck between 97, 98. Right? It has to really break that support level to really get these shorts going. So just be careful. Okay, notice here, right? You have support here. So even if it comes down here, you could get a bounce back. It's kind of stuck within that range there. Right? That's the market right now. That's the Forex market right now, okay? Yeah. We're going to call EURNOK. We have a buy signal. Now, the whole group isn't doing well, right? But we do have a buy signal here on the daily time frame here. All right, so we've got buyers on the daily, and our buy signal is here on the 240, and we're getting through that consolidation here. Okay, so we're not trading the whole group. Previous trade prior to that consolidation did okay. Here's your consolidation here. Resistance is here, and it's finally breaking out here. And the good news is we've got a buy signal here on the daily. Okay, so we're going to call EURNOK long on the 240. Okay, buy signal here, and we are breaking out, and we have a buy signal on the daily time frame right here. EURNOK. See how selective we have to be right now. Swiss yen, Euro Swiss. It is looking to break through that resistance there. A lot of consolidation, but you would have had to get in at the buy signal here. That is too late. Euro CAD is trying to break out, hasn't broken out yet. I'll be careful there. Let's take a look at these pound pairs. They are breaking out. Let's take a look here. Pound ZAR, nothing there. Pound dollar. Let's add pound dollar. Okay. Decent markdown phase. Markdown. Accumulation buy signal. We are moving higher here. Target is here. Let's bring in our lines. Mark down, mark up. You just have to really monitor your trades. Be very, and the coaching that I've done with traders recently, you guys have done really well understanding the market condition right now and trading accordingly. Okay, so pound dollar buy signal here. Target, first target is here. second target if we can make it all the way up here. Okay, so GBP USD long on the 240. All right, on the 240. Pound dollar. Pound SGD. All right, and daily shaping up also. Pound SGD, good markdown phase. Buy signal. Buyers came in here. Green candles. So GBP SGD long 240. Okay, and just a few more and we'll be done. Pound New Zealand. Let's get that. That's got to get past a lot of resistance there. Pound HKD. So GBP HKD long 240. GBP HKD. Pound Swiss. Let's add Pound Swiss as well. GBP CHF. So euro pairs are trying to move, but the pound pairs definitely, and they've had some good selling here. All right, so pound Swiss, for example, lots of good selling here. Buyers are now coming back. The target is all the way up here. So pound pairs looks good. 60-minute also looked good. All right, but we'll call these on the 240. So pound CAD, GBP CAD long on the 240. And quick look again at the yen pairs just to make sure. No buy signals yet on these yen pairs. Again, if pound yen breaks out, that big resistance, we can see these yen pairs move higher. All right, so nothing here. So euro, EUR, NOK, and these yen pairs. All right. So guys, just the name of the game right now is defense, defense, defense. Even with our equity traders, our stock traders, okay? Remember, we have two sell signals on the daily time frame. All right, on the Dow and on the Russell. We have two buy signals on the daily time frame on the S&P, on the Nasdaq. All right, so you know, we need buy signals across the board. So just be aware of that. The good news is stocks are coming in, Heat Seeker, Stock Boss, and Bullmaster, both in small caps and large cap stocks. All right, so that's the good news. Just be cautious. We are in August. September, historically, guys, have been very negative for the market. We are trading at all-time highs, so we'll follow the price action. Just be careful. Okay? All right, guys, take care, and I'll see everyone else see you guys on Tuesday. Okay? Take care. Be careful.